I'm James Demer, the audio nomad, and today we're here with my good friend Hana, who has kindly agreed to do some testing of airline earbuds. You know, we've all flown in airplanes, and the earbuds that they give us are generally not the greatest quality, but they're free. And I've been collecting them over the years and thought it would be a fun opportunity for us to give them a listen. Yeah, so Hana, before we get into the earbuds, why don't you just tell me a little bit about your background with in-ear monitors and listening to music. I know that you're a hi-fi head, and we've been talking about in-ear monitors and playing with them for years.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think what got me into it was actually a set of Bose. And I can't remember what they were, but I had a set, and actually my brother had a set, and we loved them. And then
they were IEMs or they were headphones?
No, they were just headphones.
Okay.
But they sounded good, or what I thought was good. And then they finally died sometime, I want to say probably my freshman year of college. And I was trying to find a replacement for them. They didn't make that model anymore. I was there's got to be something. So I went on Reddit, of course, and went down the rabbit hole. And the first set of in-ear monitors I got was, I think they were a pair of Sennheiser, which I don't have anymore, and I liked them, and that was kind of it. And now I've just been collecting ever since then. So I think right now I'm still listening to the Shozy, the Form 1.1.
Yeah, you've had those for a long time.
Yeah, and I've gone through maybe 2 or 3 sets now, but I love them. So, but I have those.
Yeah.
And then
there was a Tangent pair you liked. Was it the Hana?
Oh.
The Oxygen?
It might have been the Hana.
Yeah.
But those, the Shozys I still love. I bring those with me everywhere. And I've been back to the, the Manguard T?
Yeah, the Manguard T. Oh, yeah.
Those ones
You have the original Manguard Ts.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have those
Okay,
still.
cool. Yeah, we'll have to... we have the Manguard T Pro now, which is a really good sounding set. So maybe when we're done with this, we can, when we tortured your ears with some Airline Earbuds.
We'll see.
Yeah, cool. Well, let's just get right into it. So I worked in New Zealand last year, and I got these New Zealand, Air New Zealand buds. You'll love the sound of this. Okay. This is the packaging that they come in. Why don't you, we'll do a little mini unboxing. Pretend that they're not used. So, surprise.
Okay. Packaging for something that's consumable is recyclable. So ups for that, I guess, because that's just going to find its way.
Yeah, that's good. I noticed
into the garbage anyway.
Right, exactly. Some of the deltas are plastics.
Yeah, kind of what I guess you'd expect. I like the color. I like the purple. So
the purple is fun little pop. One thing I noticed with all of these, because I did measure all of these, none of them say left or right.
Okay.
So what I did was I put a little yellow paint on the left.
Okay.
So you'll know that that's your left side.
All right. Okay, fine. I'm not sure. Okay, I see. I hate when they do this because then you just get this little stop.
Yeah, the little stopper. But it is an actual slider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So adjustable. That's fine. This is, I guess no one has a headphone jack on their phone anymore, but I would imagine, because I had my iPhone 6 until really not that long ago.
I remember.
Only a few months now. But I would imagine that this would actually have fit into my case, if I still had it. Okay. So I guess that's also a plus there.
And I guess, if we're thinking about how people are really using these or what the intention is, it's on the screen on your,
Yeah. All right, should we listen?
Yeah, give it a try. Stock ear tips. Yeah, what do you think of those ear tips?
Let's see.
Before you've given them a listen.
They're fine. They're probably a little big. They're not very robust, which I guess could go either way.
Yeah, let's pull a tip off actually. Let's just take a look. Let's just see. Oh, look, so it does have a channel. You know what else has that? Is the Sennheiser IE200. They have a channel,
All right.
which I know if you tape it up, you get a lot more bass. Be curious if you could mod
We're
these.
gonna mod these. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well,
Okay.
have at it.
We're gonna
What are you gonna listen to?
probably, I don't know, probably Morrissey.
Okay.
Hairdresser on Fire
Oh, yeah, that's
is
a
my
good track.
go-to.
There's Queen is Dead. You can pick something
Okay.
off of that.
We'll go Frankly, Mr.
Yeah.
Shapley.
Okay. They working?
They are working. I was actually nervous for a second that it was just playing out loud. Like, it doesn't sound like it's in my ear at all. You know what I'm saying?
Like, are you not getting a seal?
Yeah.
No seal.
No, I'm not even sure it's that. It's
Okay.
almost like very tin can,
Okay.
kind of like echoey. Like it reminded me of like, you know, when if you're using like wireless headphones
Yeah.
and you're like in a public place and you put them in and you're not sure if they're like connected or not.
yeah,
Like you
yeah.
hear the sound, but you're like,
Totally.
is it coming from my phone or
Right.
is it coming from
Right.
my? That was like
That panic moment where you're
initial
like-
reaction.
Okay, so you're saying that they sound about as good as your phone speaker,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But louder.
but louder.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't imagine.
What do you think sounds better, your phone speaker or these?
Let me listen a
Okay.
little more.
Because the phone speaker sounds surprisingly good these days.
I think phone speaker
Sounds better.
sounds better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the phone speaker sounds better than the Air New
I would
Zealand
say so.
earbuds. Okay. All right. You want to see the graph?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the graph. So let's say packaging, we give it a plus because it's recyclable.
Yeah.
We like the color.
Yeah. That's a plus.
Sound is abysmal.
Yeah.
Okay, phone speaker's better. All right, I'll show you the graph here. That's the graph. Yeah, for comparison, we're gonna compare it to the ZiiGaat Nuo.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad. Like it's like a 50 dB dip from like 35 hertz to 800 hertz. So there's no bass at all.
No.
And you got this crazy mountain at like 800 hertz, and then it drops another 20 plus dB at like 1.5K, and then rises again. I mean, that's a mess.
I actually didn't think they were gonna sound as bad as they
Yeah.
did.
So you can see that the left is pretty much across the board. Well, up to like 650 hertz, it's about a 10 dB gain. That's really bad. I mean, that is probably the worst graph I've ever seen. Okay. Yeah, that's really bad. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's Air New Zealand.
All right. We
We have the new Delta,
Okay.
which is this says Paramount Plus. We get the old Delta in the non-recyclable packaging, and then we have American. And you know it's American because it's printed American on the plastic bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's do American, and then we can go side by side
Okay.
on the deltas.
Yeah. These look surprisingly like
The same.
the same.
Yeah.
Air New Zealand and Delta Paramount. I actually think maybe
It's the same.
they're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were an airline and you were buying these, what would you pay per set?
Like $1.
That much?
I don't know.
Okay, that's
I don't
generous,
know
yeah.
what would be reasonable.
Yeah.
Less than if I could.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not sure they're worth $1.
I don't know.
Yeah. I listened to them too. They sounded really bad.
It was almost shockingly
Yeah.
bad. I thought it was like, because they don't look dissimilar. Like when I was younger, they sold similar looking things, like, you know, whatever at the store.
Yeah.
And you would buy them and they
Yeah.
were fine. Like they weren't, I don't recall them being that bad.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if they were that bad and you didn't know it, or if your tastes have improved, or if they were better.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
All right.
Did I paint these? Yeah.
Yeah, these
So
are
yellow is left. Yeah, what do you think of the build of these? Well, let's talk about unbagging. What do you think of this bag?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
You can see what you're getting. I guess, from the get-go. Transparent packaging. I don't know. It's not recyclable, which is whatever.
It says made from more than 90%
yeah.
recycled materials. Yeah, that's suspect.
Yeah.
Possibly true. Sustainably manufactured by product. Okay.
Tips, I would say I wouldn't be surprised if they were the same. That was on the New Zealand. No channel on these guys.
Okay, interesting.
Different connector here. You don't have the 90 degree. I guess I would prefer the 90 degree.
I wonder on an airplane, maybe this gets you a little more reach to you, but if someone's getting up or like, more chance of it breaking, or if you're
a little more wear there.
Yeah, potentially more wear. I mean, theoretically, these need to last like a flight, right?
Right.
No slider?
No slider.
Okay.
Well, let's just give them a try.
Kind of a fun shape. Like,
yeah.
I kind of like the design is a little more like kind of Jetson-y, like almost AirPod.
Sure.
If you really squint.
Okay. I'm not sure about that, but here we go.
All right.
Maybe, well, I feel like now we'll just keep it consistent with the song.
Okay.
So going back to RC.
She's not sure. She can even hear anything out of that.
Well, I was just checking. I actually thought that the left side wasn't working at first, but they are.
Okay.
So these fit better. So already these sound better.
Okay.
It sounds like it's in my ear and not just out in space. Still getting the tin can, sort of echoey. I think the vocals don't sound bad, but that's it. You don't really get anything else. You don't get. But definitely, I would say an improvement over the Air New Zealand so far. I do like that. I feel like I could hear these. Like if I was on the plane and it was loud, and I had these in my ears, I think I would be able to actually hear what I wanted to listen to.
Right.
I think Air New Zealand is kind of like, would I be able to hear it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because there's no seal or anything.
Yeah, that could be a function of tips.
Right. Yeah.
And that brings up an interesting point. If you're really on a budget or you're like really desperate, like maybe you just bring a couple tips with you in your pocket, that little coin pocket you have in your pants. Because maybe you could improve a set just by putting tips fit your ears. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely an improvement.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say. Still like no bass or anything. Vocals, fine.
Yeah.
Everything else is just sort of noise in the background.
Okay, still tin can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right, you want to look at the graph?
Yeah, let's look at the graph.
All right, let's see what these things look like. So compared to the Air New Zealand, more bass. It's still, just a slope up.
Yeah.
And the channel imbalance is better, although there's just so much variation down low. I don't know if that's like the driver is reflecting off the inner surface of the housing. Yeah, exactly. But then it does smooth out and they kind of start matching until the mid-range, and then the looks like the right side dips a little bit. But much flatter from, like 1K out to 10K, and then it's a pretty big drop. So it's better. It graphs objectively better.
Yeah.
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 Still nowhere near like what we would want to see with a, a reasonably priced IEM. Okay. And I guess, isolation is one of the primary functions, right? You want to just be able to get the noise of the plane and crying babies and stuff out of your head. So the fact that it seals maybe is already getting closer to a win.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. So we're going to rate the American above the Air New Zealand. So for Air New Zealand is like the worst.
Yeah.
So we have two Deltas. We have the old Delta, which is the Delta Studio, and then the new Delta, which is the Paramount Plus packaging. What do you want to try?
Let's go with the old first. Yeah. It feels like more quality packaging. They've got the reclosable.
Yeah.
So it feels a little nicer.
Okay.
It says reuse me on it. These are more similar in construction to the Air New Zealand, I would say, looks wise.
Yeah, you got some more detail on the Deltas.
Yeah. Same slider as the Air New Zealand.
Yeah.
Got the 90-degree here. These are probably the same tips.
Oh, it is the channel too.
And it has the channel, so a lot of similarities.
Yeah, it could be the same driver. Okay.
Okay, let's hope not, though. All right. Oh, these fit better somehow.
Oh, they do?
They do fit better than the Air New Zealand. Okay. I don't know. I almost think they might be just the same as the Air New Zealand.
Okay.
Like louder than the American. I didn't change the volume at all. Still super tin can. I don't know. But they do fit better somehow. Okay. So I don't know.
So if you were wearing them for like a long haul flight.
Yeah. I would probably, fit-wise, would choose these.
Okay.
Sound-wise, I don't know. I think the American is better than these Delta and the Air New Zealand.
Okay.
And I think these and the Air New Zealand might be the same.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look nicer than the Air New Zealand. I think they look a little more expensive. Just because of that beveled edge and little Delta detail on the back.
On the back,
Yep. Okay, you want to see the graph?
Yeah, let's look at the graph.
All right. See what we got. Okay, well, low frequency is definitely smoother. You know, you don't have huge amplitude variances from 20 to 100 hertz like we did on the American Airlines, I believe. And it's a pretty linear slope all the way up to, what is this, like 700 hertz? And then it just drops 20 dB. And then it's just a roller coaster on out. So not surprised it doesn't sound that great. The variance between left and right isn't as huge as some of the other ones. Let's see how it compares to the Air New Zealand. They don't look like they're as linear or as smooth, but the profile looks pretty similar.
Yeah.
So I would say you're probably right. It's probably the same driver and roughly the same shell. Then tell us what the last set is there.
So these are the Delta, the Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
All right, so they went the way of recyclable packaging. Looks-wise, really similar to the previous Deltas.
Yeah.
Same jack here.
Yeah.
Looks the same.
Looks identical.
90 degrees.
Same color.
Same slider. Same housing.
Yeah.
Looks really similar.
Yeah.
Same tips, but different color. So I bet they're probably gonna fit just as well. They still have the channel, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'll hold out hope for sound.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what we got.
They're probably gonna be the same.
Maybe there's some kind of plated driver in there. Maybe.
They snuck it in. Okay. I don't know if I'm just getting used to it. I don't know if I'm just like, are these? Somehow these sound better.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, interesting.
But I'm wondering if it's because I've just heard it so many times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Maybe they actually really do sound better. I still get, they fit well. They fit okay.
Okay.
So that helps. I feel like I would be hearing what I want to hear.
Okay.
I'm feeling less tin can on these.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were going to guess as to what the frequency response looks like, what would your best guess be?
Maybe not, I don't know.
Like a little less mids? Because the other ones are like all mids. Like you get that peak, it's like a pyramid.
Right.
Where it's like right in the vocal range, that mid-range, and then no bass.
Right.
And just no treble or spikes all the way out.
Sure. Definitely still no bass. But when you get to the instrumental part, it doesn't just sound like noise. Like I was like, okay, there's some instruments in here.
A little separation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
You want to see what the graph looks like?
Yeah. It's probably the same. And I've just...
You're like, your brain burned in.
Yeah.
You're resigned. It's like, this is all I'm getting. Let's just compare it to the Delta Studio. It's kind of doing the same thing, but it looks like the peak has moved from 700 hertz to like 600 hertz. That's one thing that I would say. It's still just a very linear climb to that mid-range. And then, you know, a roller coaster from 1K out. But the channel balance is much better on this set. Even the spikes from 20 hertz to 100 hertz, the variances they kind of line up. So it could be that because while it's not really an improvement, there's a lot less imbalance between the left ear and the right ear.
Right.
My guess is that's probably what you're hearing.
They were okay. They were all right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I guess is the moment of truth.
Yeah.
Delta Paramount. We have Delta Studio, we have American, and we have Air New Zealand. How would you rank those? All right, let's go worst to
that's
best.
easier because these Air New Zealand are the worst by far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't fit. They don't sound good. They do have the color going for them. That's about it.
Okay.
Then it's the old Deltas. Those sounded really similar to the Air New Zealand.
Okay.
These Americans, they didn't sound terrible. They definitely got rid of some of the echo. It was just, I didn't think the left side was working. So that was kind of...
Okay, so possibly, we did notice there was a channel imbalance there.
So that's probably what it was.
Okay.
But they weren't bad. I think, though, the new Deltas just beat them out just because of that.
All right.
Because of that imbalance with left to right side.
I wouldn't pay for any of them. Would you? I don't know. Would you pay for any of them?
I think, I mean, if I didn't have anything, if I had forgotten my headphones, I would.
What would you pay?
Like $3.
$3
max.
Yeah, for like a 3-hour.
And that's really just because I would be desperate for something.
Yeah.
Not because they're worth it, just because I don't want to sit in silence. Yeah.
I thought it would be fun for us to compare them to an inexpensive set. And I think the least expensive set that I had on the table over there was the ZiiGaat Nuo, which are $29.
That's pretty good.
10 millimeter dynamic driver.
So I'm not so sure about the cable. I think it would get tangled. I think wherever I put it, it would just
It looks a little
get tangled.
It looks a little stiff.
Yeah, and it also feels like kind of like maybe over time, if this wore, it would do that thing where it just picks up like hair and lint.
It's like a weird little
stuff.
sticky, grippy. Yeah, it's a little sticky.
But feels like durable. Definitely an upgrade from the airline ones for sure. Yeah, more robust. I like that it doesn't feel that long. Like I've had cables that are just like unwieldy.
Yeah.
So I like that too. Slider is fine.
Okay.
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Size wise, I like these. Yeah, and I like this part of the cable. Sometimes I find that this one's pretty flexible. Sometimes they're not, and then that makes it hard to get a good fit as well.
Like the part that hooks over your ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing worse when they're wrong.
Right.
And it like pulls the IEM out of your ear. Yeah, I
so
hate that.
these are good. And I think this is one of the longer ones I've seen. So I don't know.
Okay.
Try it out.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they're kind of transparent, which is fun. The housing.
Yeah.
So you can see inside a little bit. And I like the packaging. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of
it's like a
retro
box.
Oh yeah.
Looks like you get a few extra tips.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to try them out.
Okay, try them out.
Okay.
See what you got. They look so much better.
I know.
Like they just...
I like these. It's hard to compare because you know they're going to be better than those.
Yeah.
I like them. I'm going to keep listening here.
Yeah, listen. Spend some time with them.
They sound good. They're pretty similar to the Shozy. That's like my reference when I'm going off of. Yeah, I mean, definitely an improvement over the Airline ones. Yeah. I've had to turn the volume down.
Okay. Yeah, they're more sensitive.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got a 117 dB sensitivity, 32 ohms. So they're very,
And they fit, so they don't have to be as loud. No tin can whatsoever.
Okay.
I get a little like spatial sort of like, you know, when you hear the
like
instruments.
the stage separation.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Vocals are good. I can pick out different instruments. I like these.
They're 10 times the price.
Yeah.
If we're paying $3 for these are $30.
Right.
That's 10 times the price.
So yeah.
Do you think they're 10 times better?
I think they're probably more than 10 times better.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like them a lot. Yeah. These are fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
like...
definitely worth the value there.
Yeah.
If we're comparing.
You want to look at the graph?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a peek. I mean, instantly you can see it's a pretty safe tuning.
Yeah.
With a, you know, a nice mid-range scoop of 10 dB. Well, I say you have that sort of U shape at, you know, 300 to 1K, and then you get that 1K gentle rise. The channel balance is shockingly good for a $39 set.
Yeah.
Don't really see any variance until, you know, up right up around 8K, and that could even be potentially my measurement rate.
Right.
That's pretty pleasing. There are no real anomalies anywhere. You know, that's just a well-tuned, safe set. Just for fun, what do you want to compare them to? Is there a pair you want to compare them to the worst?
Yeah,
the Air
let's
New
do
Zealand?
the worst.
Okay, yeah. So there we go. So there they are compared with the Air New Zealand. I mean, that's like.
I don't even think you would think you're looking at the same. Like you'd just be like, this is completely different metrics.
Yeah.
Like we're not even measuring on the same. Yeah.
When I measured these, I did the Air New Zealand, then I think I did a Delta set. Maybe I did the American. I think I did. And I actually thought my measurement hardware was broken.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen anything look like this before.
Right.
So I threw the Nuos on and I'm like, okay, everything is working.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, there you have it. Thanks for playing along.
No, it was good.
Yeah. I wonder what those in Delta, in the Delta 1 cabin, they get those the bows.
Yeah.
They don't get to keep them.
Okay.
But I've always been
I've never
curious.
been in one
I don't
of
fly first class.
I think Sean has.
Yeah.
We should
we'll have to
ask
ask
him.
Sean. Yeah, high roller.
What he thinks.
Yeah. If you fly Fiji Airways, which I do every year, they have they're like the old Sony Walkman style.
Yeah.
Kind of like cheap costs. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And then they have the double plug.
Oh,
the left and the right.
Yeah.
Which really, like that super sucks when you show up with your own headset and you don't have that adapter. Yeah. I'm like, come on, this is not 1984.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
It's terrible. So anyway, I guess it's first world problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, thanks, Hannah.
Yeah. No, thank you. It was fun.
This video is brought to you by Linsol.com. Linsol sells IEMs, headphones, amplifiers, digital to analog converters, cables, really just about anything you could want for personal hi-fi or even home hi-fi. Their prices are great, the quality is exceptional, and their customer service is really second to none. Check them out in the link below.